Hi everybody, thank you so much for watching this. My name is Stephanie, I'm also known as Mufasa. To my existing subscribers, I love you very much. I appreciate you following me. If you're not already a subscriber, kindly please subscribe to my YouTube channel so I can keep in touch with you in the future. The purpose of this video today is to share my story of the loss of my soul dog, my best friend, and my child, Khalifa Mustari. Additionally, the purpose of this video is to tie back my experience to a larger topic that I talk about on my YouTube channel called collective consciousness. I'll circle back to that soon. Watch until the end.
This is my pride and joy, my little German. She's tiny. She's a really little dog. Are you a baby? You're so little. You're a monkey.
Khalifa was rescued from an animal shelter in Chicago, Illinois. The intention that day when Khalifa was adopted was actually to get a cat. However, the moment I saw her head pop up and these two huge ears appeared in the distance of this little room that she was sitting in, it was instant love at first sight, and it's been deep love ever since. Khalifa coming into my life and the changes that she brought about in my life were 100% divine intervention. Khalifa was named after one of my favorite rappers, Wiz Khalifa. What up, Wiz? I do have another soul dog named after another rapper, Snoop. Khalifa's name, though, has a lot of interesting additional meanings. For example, the Burj Khalifa, which is the tallest skyscraper in the entire world. Additionally, the name Khalifa is derived from the Arabic word Khalifa. The meaning of this word in Arabic means leader/steward. And I found that to be a beautiful synchronicity because Khalifa most definitely was a leader. She was courageous. She protected me. She was the leader of the pack all the time. In terms of personality, Khalifa was a ball of energy. She was larger than life, her personality and physically. Literally, she was bigger than I am. Khalifa was extremely athletic. She loved to swim. She loved to play. She loved to run. She was so fast. She loved long walks. She loved going to the park. She was just a playful, amazing protector, but also very silly and cuddly and just had the biggest heart. Khalifa was 10 and a half when she passed away May 31st, 2025. It's a very sad, traumatic disease, comparable to the disease in humans called ALS. If you haven't heard of either of these diseases, I'd recommend that you look into it because there needs to be more awareness about them. In the weeks after Khalifa passed, I experienced Khalifa sending me messages in a number of ways, including undeniable synchronicities, her coming to me in a dream. I'm still grieving Khalifa, I will forever, but as you can imagine, in the first few weeks after she passed, it was very hard. And her making herself known, I think, was her coming to me to rest assure me that she made it across the Rainbow Bridge okay, and that she's still here, she's still guiding me, and she's still very much alive. As mentioned earlier, Khalifa has been divine intervention in my life since day one. Khalifa has brought about many major new beginnings in my life, including recently, even after she has passed. An example of this is as follows. Immediately after Khalifa passed, I was kind of incapacitated with grief, so it took me a minute. About 4 months in, though, I made a post on Reddit memorializing her. Well, after that post, I started getting all these notifications that I had never seen before. These notifications were for animals that were in dire need of adoption because they were at risk of euthanasia in kill shelters around the country. Most of the animals in the pictures in the posts that were being surfaced to me were from the state of California. As mentioned, I had never seen these notifications before, so I took it as a message of Khalifa prompting me to comment and engage with the posts in hopes that they get boosted in the feed and someone would see them and adopt the dogs. I, however, was not considering adopting because obviously I was still grieving from Khalifa and it was not kind of in my timeline yet to adopt. However, I came across a post of a puppy German Shepherd. The post just broke my heart. It said that this animal was overdue for euthanasia, and if it wasn't going to be adopted, then it could be killed. So one thing led to another, and I found myself in a position of putting in an application to adopt this dog. I felt like I couldn't look away because I believed it was Khalifa that was guiding me to this animal and trying to save their life. Things then just moved very quickly, and long story short, come early October, I had applied for and then was accepted for 2 beautiful new puppies from Los Angeles County, California. Los Angeles is called the City of Angels, and I take it as a sign from my angel Khalifa that 2 new angels in my life are from the City of Angels. Also, fun fact, rumor has it that the name of the state of California came from the word Calafia, Queen Calafia, a former female ruler of California. I took all of these synchronicities as messages from Khalifa, and I'm just so endlessly grateful that she's in my life continuously. To honor where these dogs came from and to honor Khalifa, who saved them by leading me to them, I named my new German Shepherd puppy Khoast, spelled Khoast. The KH, obviously after Khalifa, and Khoast because he's from the West Coast. The husky is named California because she's from California. We call her Callie for short. Spelled with a KH, of course, after Khalifa. They were both from cities within Los Angeles County that are experiencing one of the highest, if not the highest, homeless animal crisis in all of the entire country. Additionally, both these locations have one of the highest, if not the highest, very unfortunately, euthanasia rate of all kill shelters in the entire country. also is a picture of Khalifa from October 1, 2023. This photo was taken at the dog park of Khalifa and a husky puppy that she happened to meet at the dog park that day. It just so happened 2 years later, Khalifa brought me a new German Shepherd and a new husky. In hindsight, it's truly unbelievable that just 2 years later I would come to find myself without Khalifa. But I look back at that photo and I see in her my 2 new angels who also happen to be a German Shepherd and a husky. Another synchronicity going through this experience is in early October, while going through the process of adopting Khoast and Callie, I was walking in downtown Chicago to get a coffee, a place that I walk by all the time. But this day I happened to see a huge advertisement on the side of a building. And this advertisement had a human and a dog with the words, "Champions of New Beginnings." I took that as another sign from Khalifa telling me that she's watching over me and that she has brought these 2 new angels into my life. Khalifa truly saved them. Now, to tie things back to collective consciousness. Raising a dog is an exchange of pure, unconditional love. Speaking for myself, I get so much joy and fulfillment from having dogs in my life. If you aren't familiar with me and my other videos, there's another playlist that I have on my YouTube channel where I talk more about a topic called collective consciousness. I very much encourage you to watch that video and to learn more, but in a nutshell, collective consciousness is the idea that we're all connected internally and externally by an invisible thread. Individually, we manifest ourselves as unique physical beings, but we really all roll up into a larger collective one unity. Additionally, I have always believed that before we come to Earth, our spirits kind of have a round table where we decide why we want to come to Earth, what do we want to accomplish here. We have it all planned out. And of course, we have free will to deviate from that plan, but there is a plan. We have contracts with other souls, and we have these soul contracts for many purposes, to learn lessons, to fall in love, among other things. Human children choose their parents prior to incarnation. Well, in addition to making soul contracts with people, my experience with Khalifa has rest assured me that we also have soul contracts with our pets. We choose them and they choose us. And I think that's so incredibly beautiful. And that's another reason why it's really important to honor these holy and sacred relationships that we have with animals. I think an amazing way to contribute to optimizing the collective consciousness, we could do this at scale by raising animals. If you can unconditionally love an animal, that absolutely optimizes the collective consciousness. The exchange of unconditional love between a human and an animal will raise our vibrational frequency, and these bad people in our government seem to be very committed to lowering our vibrational frequency. If I were a leader in America, rest assured, I would enable an environment where everybody had the resources and the time to take care of an animal. In conclusion, dogs are not just animals, they are divine beings from God, sent here to love us unconditionally and to teach us to unconditionally love as well. It is not a coincidence that dog spelled backwards is God. D-O-G equals G-O-D. Bye.
Say bye. Bye.